Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the beasts that make our hearts race and our inner gearheads scream with joy. Today, we're talking about something that's been whispered about in garages and revved up in dreams for years, the 2026 Plymouth Roadrunner. Yeah, you heard that right, Plymouth is back, baby, and they're resurrecting one of the most iconic muscle car names in history with a modern twist that pays homage to its wild 60s roots while packing enough tech and fury to dominate today's streets. If you're a fan of raw American power, strap in because this review is going to take you from the showroom floor to the open road, peeling back every layer of this legend reborn. Let's kick things off by stepping up to this beauty and seeing what Plymouth has cooked up. Picture this, you're pulling into the lot, and there it sits, low and mean under the sun. Its silhouette instantly transporting you back to an era when muscle cars ruled without apology. Starting from the front, the 2026 Roadrunner grabs you by the collar and doesn't let go. That grille, oh man, it's a throwback masterpiece, wide and snarling like the original 68 model, but refined with sleek chrome accents that catch the light just right. It's flanked by these razor-sharp LED headlights that sweep back into the fenders, giving it that predatory stare, almost like it's daring you to challenge it. The hood, bulging with power lines that hint at the monster underneath, complete with functional vents for that extra bit of drama and cooling efficiency. And don't get me started on the bumper, it's aggressive, sculpted to slice through the air with integrated fog lights that glow like embers when you fire it up. Up close, the paint options shine through. I love the plum-crazy purple they brought back, but the classic Go Mango Orange pops just as hard, wrapping the body in a glossy finish that's tough enough for daily abuse but screams show car ready. It's not just pretty, it's purposeful, with aero tweaks that help it hug the road at triple-digit speeds without breaking a sweat. Swinging around to the side, the Roadrunner really starts to flex its heritage. The profile is pure poetry, long, low, and loaded with those classic fastback curves that flow from the pillar all the way to the trunk, echoing the original's no-frills attitude, but with modern sheet metal that's stiffer and lighter thanks to high-strength steel and aluminum accents. The doors are suicide style in the concept renders, but on the production model, they're standard yet chunky, opening wide to reveal that cavernous cabin we'll get to soon. Check out those 20-inch staggered wheels, blacked out alloys with low-profile rubber that grip like vices. The rear's wider for that planted stance. The side skirts are subtle but sculpted, channeling air to the brakes. And running the length is a thin stripe of retro badging that says Roadrunner in that unmistakable script, with optional cartoon bird decals for the purists who want to lean into the Looney Tunes vibe. From the side, it's balanced perfection, not too bulky like some modern ponies, but wide enough to fill your mirrors and make lane changers think twice. The wheel arches flare just enough to accommodate those meaty tires, and the overall length stretches to about 197 inches, giving it that commanding presence without feeling like a land yacht. Now, flipping to the rear, this is where the Roadrunner bears its teeth, or should I say its taillights. Those sequential LED turn signals are a nod to the classics, blinking one by one like the originals, but brighter and smarter, syncing with your hazards for that extra flair. The trunk lid is flat and functional, with a subtle lip spoiler that's OEM aggressive, not some aftermarket wing that screams for attention. Dual exhaust tips poke out from a diffuser that's blacked out and mean, rumbling with a deep baritone that'll wake the neighbors from a block away. The taillights themselves are slim, wraparound units that light up the night like a coyote's nightmare. And the whole rear end tapers just right, keeping the aero honest while shouting, "Get out of my way." It's compact yet cavernous back there, 15 cubic feet of storage for your weekend gear or track toys, and the paint carries over seamlessly. No cheap plastic trim to break the flow. Stand back, and the whole package measures up to 79 inches wide, broad-shouldered and ready to rumble, blending nostalgia with next-gen engineering that promises it'll look this good for decades. Alright, enough drooling over the outside, let's pop the door and slide into the interior, where Plymouth has nailed that sweet spot between retro soul and 21st century comfort. You settle into the driver's seat, and it's like hugging an old friend who's gotten a serious upgrade. Deeply bolstered bucket seats wrapped in perforated leather that molds to your body, with optional Alcantara inserts for that suede-like grip during hard corners. The stitching is orange contrast on the black hides, tying back to those classic colors, and the seat bottoms are wide enough for long hauls but hug you tight when the going gets fun. Up front, there's room for two adults to stretch out without elbow wars, and the thigh support is spot on for keeping you planted. Jump in the back, and surprise, it's a 2+2 setup with fold flat seats that actually usable for adults on shorter trips, offering about 33 inches of legroom and surprising headspace. Thanks to the sloping roofline that doesn't cave in like some coupes, the dashboard, it's a work of art, folks. A sweeping, dual cowl design with soft touch materials everywhere, no hard plastics here to cheapen the vibe. The gauges are a 12.3-inch digital cluster that can flip between a modern TFT display and a retro analog look, complete with a tach that reds out at 6,500 RPM and a speedo that goes to 200 because, well, why not? Centered above is the 10.1-inch Uconnect touchscreen, intuitive as hell with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and navigation that doesn't lag. Climate controls are physical knobs below big, knurled ones for gloves on ease, and the steering wheel is a thick-rimmed leather number with paddle shifters and thumb grips that feel made for your hands. Audio comes courtesy of a 19-speaker Harman Kardon system that thumps harder than the exhaust, and ambient lighting strips run the dash in customizable colors, setting the mood for cruise nights. Storage is thoughtful. Deep door pockets, a massive center console bin, and cue folders that actually hold tumblers. It's luxurious without being fussy. Think Challenger Comfort meets Barracuda Edge in safety tech like adaptive cruise. Blind spot cams and a 360-degree surround view keep you covered without nagging. Overall, it's a cockpit built for drivers, clocking in at premium quality that justifies the badge. But let's be real, the heart of any Roadrunner is under the hood. And oh boy, does the 2026 deliver on performance that'd make the original 383 V8 blush? Pop that hood and you're staring down a 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi V8, hand-assembled with a 2.7-liter Eaton Roots blower, shoving 797 horsepower and 707 pound-feet of torque through an 8-speed TorqueFlite automatic. Yep, no manual option yet, but those paddles make it feel row your own. Launch it from a stop, and 0 to 60 vanishes in under 3.5 seconds. Quarter mile in the low 11s at 125 miles per hour. All while that supercharger whine builds like a cartoon rocket. Top speed? Electronically limited to 203 miles per hour, but it'll get there with grace. Handling-wise, it's no track slouch. Adaptive dampers in the performance suspension soak up bumps on the highway, but firm up for corners. With Brembo's 6-piston brakes up front, clamping massive rotors to haul it down from 60 and 100 feet flat. The chassis is a stiffened version of the Challengers, with a limited slip diff and launch control that hooks up without drama. On the road, its a symphony throttle response is razor sharp. The exhaust barks on downshifts and it corners flat with minimal body roll thanks to those wide Michelins. Fuel economy? Expect 30 in city, 22 highway on premium thirsty, sure, but that's the tax for this kind of grin factor. It's not just fast, it's alive, with torque vectoring that makes it dance through twisties like it's half its 4,200-pound curb weight. Whether you're drag stripping or canyon carving, this Roadrunner reminds you why muscle cars were invented. Pure, unfiltered adrenaline Dow. Let's talk money, because dreams like this don't come cheap, but they're worth every penny. The 2026 Plymouth Roadrunner starts at around $89,995 for the base RT trim, which packs that full 797-horse V8, the full interior suite, and 20-inch wheels right out of the gate, no skimping to hit a low MSRP here. Step up to the RT Scat Pack for $94,500, adding adaptive suspension, larger brakes, and some carbon fiber bits for that extra edge. The Top Dog Superstock variant? That's $102,995, with drag radials, a reinforced Trevelyan, and line lock for burnouts that'll melt tires. Add-ons like the T-top roof or that premium paint bump it another grand or two. But factor in the lifetime powertrain warranty Plymouth's throwing in for early buyers, and it's a steal compared to a Corvette or Mustang GT 500 resale. With limited production runs honoring the original's exclusivity, these could hold value like fine wine. Think 10% depreciation in year one if you're gentle. It's premium pricing for premium performance, but for what it revives in the muscle car world, I'd say it's positioned just right, accessible enough for enthusiasts, aspirational for the rest. If you're eyeing this beast, here's my take on who it fits and a few tweaks to consider. It's perfect for the weekend warrior who wants show-stopping style with track day capability, the guy or gal who's tired of sanitized crossovers and craves that V8 rumble in their daily. Families? Maybe not, with the tight rear seats,